will be tougher.
Hello YouTube and welcome to a new video. Alright, so I'm here today with Ruslan Ponomariov. Thank you so much, Ruslan, for being here.
Hi everyone, so let's start. Otherwise again we'll abort or something.
So he is going to play a 15 plus 10 game versus me.
Actually my rating, as you can see, is quite low as well.
Yeah, I don't
2000,
think that is your estimated rating though.
I played some Rapid versus Komodo. I was crushed badly. So.
Okay. So
I'm
he
just playing
played...
normal Soviet chess.
Yeah, I like it. Soviet chess is perfect.
Like I play versus Grandmasters.
That's perfect. I'm gonna play G3.
G3. G3 solid move. It's like Catalan, but I can develop my pieces more easily. Bishop. See, it doesn't really close. So what we can do? You don't play C4. Here, maybe then I will play. Let's try to play something like B5.
Yeah,
then
B5 is a great idea actually.
Well, it's not like something new, but I saw some players did it.
I like it. Okay.
I mean,
so now I'm going to play C3. That's probably your plan, to stop C4 and also minority attack on these pawns with the A and B pawns probably, and then eventually play C5 yourself and get the A7 G1 diagonal. Probably. Okay. So here I really feel like I have to pin that knight and keep on developing, but also I need to get my bishop out and my knight. I feel like the best way to deal with this right now is to bring my knight out and then my queen to C2 maybe, bishop G2, and push E4 as soon as possible. I need that break, so I'm gonna push bishop G2 first.
Okay.
To keep options available for me to castle, if necessary. So Ruslan, tell us what you're thinking.
First, knights, like Emmanuel Lasker suggested, develop knights first. So
yeah.
Bishops. So let's go by basic principle.
So now he is really wanting this C5 pawn push. Also just keeps everything nice and tight. But what to play now?
Good. After 5 moves, you already don't know what to play.
I'm gonna say queen to C2.
Well, you already told your all plans, so it's some kind of, you gave me like a handicap, etc.
Yeah, Ruslan Ponomariov needs my help to actually win against me. That's the...
Okay, well, C5, yeah. Okay, C5, if I played B5 early, maybe C5 should be fine, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe I should develop first bishop. I'm not 100% sure about this.
Yeah, so maybe he could have gone with bishop to B7 first.
Yeah, but maybe bishop will go to A6.
Exactly, exactly.
Who knows?
That depends on what happens in the next few moves, right?
Yeah. So you develop. Okay, I also will develop, just to make sure that 95 will be not so annoying.
Exactly.
Prepare
so now I might have to think about what happens after I play knight B to D2, because he can play H6 obviously, and then I have to make a decision. Do I want to trade off that bishop, or do I want to play my bishop back to E3 and knight to G4, and then he can chop it off anyways? Because knight B to D2 actually kind of it gives my bishop really little mobility there. So after a move such as knight B to D2 and H6, Can I play bishop f4 and still keep that bishop? Bishop h5.
So you
h4
like bishops, huh?
No, I don't like
No.
bishops.
So why you want to keep it then?
No, exactly. But my problem is that if your bishop lands on f6, that diagonal from h8 to a1 becomes really weak for me in the long run, I think.
Well, yeah, if I open the position, then my bishop will be strong. Yeah, it's true.
But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Knight bd2. I don't see an immediate threat, at least. But now here he comes. Here comes the.
I want to. You develop your piece last move. I also develop my piece. So
all right. Thank God for that. So now
I'm with black.
I have an option of castling. I can play knight to e5. I can take on f6. I can also take on c5 just to stop him from playing rook c8 and opening up the c file. But that will eventually happen anyways, because his rook can always come to the c file, and his pawns on d and b will kind of rush to the position since my queen is on the c file. So I feel like I'm already under some pressure here. But I'm going to castle because of that long diagonal and my bishop here on g2.
You castle, I castle.
Okay, so he does not play rook to c8.
Well, I feel like I need to castle anyway in someone, but rook c8 maybe I can wait a bit. It's less necessary than castle, no?
Okay. So now I feel like I need to get a break with e4. So rook e1 is a possibility. The problem with rook to e1 right now might be that he can play rook to c8. And no, maybe that's not an issue actually. I'm going to play rook f to e1.
Okay, you wanted that I played rook c8. Probably I would play rook c8. Why not?
Probably you will.
Queen on c2.
and I'm so sorry about my coughing and everything.
Is it very cold in Norway now?
And right now it's not that cold actually, but a couple of weeks ago it was minus 27 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So that's pretty cold.
You need thermic clothes, really good thermic clothes.
It can be really cold. So now he's x-raying my queen. My queen isn't on the best square whatsoever. So bring my a rook to the d file might be a good move, and then playing queen to b1 just to keep on this b1 h7 diagonal, and also just getting away from that rook x-raying my queen. But I'm worried that if I do this, he might have some c captures d4, knight captures d4, and b4 fun things. And I'm low on time. Ruslan is blitzing this out. I love it.
Well, I feel like you're telling all moves what you wanted to do, so it's kind of easier for me. Maybe
I thought that was
when
the
you will
idea.
make your move, I will take a break a little bit and will talk myself to make it less equal, more equal. Like.
And a3 does not help because after this line that I mentioned, b4, and a captures b4, he can still play bishop captures b4 even. Yeah, and then I have queen a4, maybe hitting the bishop and the pawn on a7. Maybe that's working. My queen is getting a bit trapped if the bishop goes back, and I capture that pawn on a7 though, probably. My queen is not looking very, very cool there. But okay.
I'm wondering if people can hear you on the stream. I'm not really sure that I figured it out. Maybe someone can write
I'm not
in
sure
the,
myself.
in the chat.
Because I'm gonna take on c5.
Okay. So now it's my time. Okay. Before, like you were talking, and I feel like I answered too quickly. Now I have like huge handicap in time. Normally, I guess when you play just normal game, not like recording video, you're like more concentrated, and in general, like each minute can be like important. Well, it's rapid, but still. I didn't play h6 before, like you commented, because I thought that you will take on f6 and I will like needed to waste some extra move with my pieces. I wanted to finish development first. And so far I'm so happy that you are not really posing me any kind of problems. I finished my development kind of quickly. And yeah, now after taking on c5, I can see that I have even more central pawns. Like d5, b5, I control more central squares, like in the center. So it's also kind of nice. That's why maybe your way. Well, you develop pieces, but not really posing like many problems,
Exactly.
etc. That's why maybe sometimes you need to play more like aggressive as well, or at least like to try to fight for some central squares. Now you're like more from the beginning, maybe on the defensive side. Maybe I don't know. Somehow it's also psychological. Like when people, for example, play versus Carlsen, they also feel like lots of like respect to him as well. Yeah. But when you don't play versus Carlsen, you are like
I feel
more
like I'm
brave.
playing against Carlsen right now. So
Well,
far,
I'm not Carlsen, but so far I didn't do anything like special. Just develop my pieces. Like all moves were kind of
for those
simple.
who
Maybe
don't
it
know,
also depends on
Ruslan
the order.
is a former world champion. You won the FIDE chess cup, right?
Sorry. Well, in 2002, yeah, I 2001, 2002, yeah,
Yeah.
I won.
And you had Karyakin on your team as well, or was that later?
Well, Karyakin was in Kramatorsk as well, in the same city. Like he's from Crimea, but he moved to Kramatorsk. So it was like a big chess school. Well, I know that, for example, we were talking on chat, like one guy from Norway, Alexander Turpin, I think,
Yeah,
his name.
the
He
director.
came to make a movie before the match Carlsen Karyakin. It
Exactly.
was like 2 years ago, so you helped him. So yeah, in this movies, people can also.
Yeah, I was production manager for that movie.
People. So before people couldn't hear you, but now they can hear you. Okay. So now I need to play. Well, obviously now my move is kind of obvious, like to take on c5, otherwise you'll just put it with before. I'm just thinking, does it make sense to take on this bishop on c5? Then maybe I will have some kind of interesting ideas
With your knight.
on f2.
Exactly.
But with the knight, it's more like the problem like bishop c5, knight b3, bishop f2, king f2, knight e4. You have queen e4, I guess. So it's not like really working. So probably with the knight, just simple way. Like. Also, knight is nice at controlling e4 square, extra control.
I agree.
My next move, queen b6, maybe rook d8. I can develop another pieces freely.
So now I think I'm going to bring in another rook a to d1.
Okay, so I will also try to follow my plan.
Yeah, so now he's aiming at this f2 pawn. And he wants to play knight, probably knight c to e4, since the this bishop on e7 is under attack if he moves that knight. Or he can just play h6 first, and then I have to do something about that. So right now I'm not able to play e4. That will weaken my position too much. If I, let's say, play knight to d4 is an idea, and then playing e4. But after knight to e4, I think black can play e5. And again, I'm feeling a bit unlucky. So
well, you have so many pieces, but maybe not all of them have good squares here.
Exactly.
This is also looking for harmony. I have some space advantage that gives me like some like options, like I can develop easier, like queen b6 square.
So I'm thinking that maybe knight e5 can be an idea. So knight e5, if he plays h6 or bishop to d6, I'm going to capture that knight on f6, and after bishop captures back, I will bring my knight to d3. And if he plays, let's say, knight to e4, then at least I'm covering the f2 square. I will be cramped as hell, but as far as I'm concerned, it looks like that might be one way to deal with some of my problems. Although b4 or d4 might become really, really hard to meet. So I want to follow up with queen to b1 as well at some point, just to get my queen out of this X-ray on my queen. Also e3 is a possibility. E3 is also a possibility. The reason for that is simply because then this diagonal isn't opened up for his queen, at least. But I'm giving him maybe a really nice square on d3 for his knight in the long run. If he gets bishop a6 and b4 in, then this knight on d3 will become a monster. So by pushing a pawn, I'm leaving a square behind. I'm going to go ahead and do that. e3 first.
Okay, yeah, solid move. Well, in general, like e4, I don't think you really could play, because they have so many pieces controlling e4 square right now. Well, okay, let's now to play h6 finally, probably, to clarify what are you going to do with this bishop. In general, yeah, I have probably my breaks will be somewhere with p4, a5, p4, the rook on c is coming. So h6 also like normal move.
Yeah.
In such situation. Like.
So h6. So I basically have two options here. Well, three. If you consider bishop h4 as well. I'm not. Well, four if you consider capturing the pawn on h6 as well. But I'm thinking either capturing the knight or moving my bishop back to f4. And I feel like bishop f4 might be more solid, bringing it to e5 maybe, and then to d4. Trying to clamp down on some squares here. But my problem again might be that your b4 pawn push comes too quickly for me to handle. But then your bishop, if it is on f6, is more dangerous than if your bishop is on e7. So I'm feeling like bishop f4 is a better alternative. So after bishop f4, let's say knight to h5, bishop e5. then yeah, you can't really play f6 there. I think that weakens your squares too much. So I'm going to play bishop f4.
Okay. Well, after bishop f6, yeah, b4 will be much stronger for me because my bishop is on good diagonal. Bishop f4 maybe sometimes the problems, like you have pawn on e3, on g3, so bishop on f4 can be captured sometimes, yeah. But so far, like some moves like g5, I'm not winning the bishop. You have bishop e5. I need to do something else. So you wanted to play bishop e5? Yeah, bishop e5. Good idea, I would say. I can start to play b4, then b4, even bishop e5. No, not likely. So more or less I did everything well before. Now, like not to lose initiative, I should try to find out some active plan, what I want to do. So with problems with b4, maybe you sometimes can play even c4 as well. I'm not so sure. Maybe I still need like continue like improving position a little bit more.
Something like rook f to d8 is a fairly...
Yeah, maybe, but still like what rook f d8 just for the future. This is like semi-opponent line. Like what's next? Knight c d7. People suggested me in the chat. Yeah, maybe knight c d7. Like to think about your bishop. This move actually looks nice. Knight c d7, knight e5. I have g5. Knight d7, knight d7, and I'm capturing your bishop. Yeah, knight c d7 looks nice. Also, I can see chess engine user send me one link for the game, but let me. Right now I'm playing versus Norwegian chess giant. He's recording video for YouTube, so let guys finish this game, and later we will check. Yeah, I saw the position that chess engine user sent, but it's really interesting. We will check it.
So not only am I playing against Ruslan here, guys, I'm also playing against his chat on Twitch.
Well, people want to participate. I mean, why not? But knight c7 I like open rook as well. Like brings some harmony to the position sometimes.
So now my bishop is really having some trouble.
Well, you played yourself e3, g3. No one forced you before.
Exactly.
Well, so far g5, you have bishop e5, so I'm not like really winning the bishop or something. I don't have e5. Now e5, yeah, I don't have e5, so bishop e5. Poor people say poor Norwegian chat. Well, he proposed to play. I mean, why poor, huh? He already played versus Simon Agderstein versus John Bartolome. Well, actually you have 3 minutes, so maybe you should play something.
Maybe
I can't really add you extra time.
Maybe.
Just 14 moves. You're spending in rapid 15 plus 10 already on which move, like so much time. Well, actually it's possible to see you spend 2 minutes in one situation, 1 minute in the other.
I feel like I maybe should get my queen away, but I don't know to where. Alright, I'm gonna play queen to b3.
Interesting. So you just propose knight c5, queen c2. Okay. You're happy with the draw? What can I do now? what's your next move actually? I would say. Maybe you want to play a4 or what? I can play something like a6 just in case to prevent. a6 a little bit strange move, passive, but just in case versus a4. Maybe. But a4 not really a danger. Maybe just rook d8 as well.
Rook f8, yeah. That seems reasonable.
Sometimes it's better not to force the things. Like you will make mistakes yourself. Huh? I just need to let you make mistakes.
That is true. So I will bring my bishop to e5 now.
So now I can capture your bishop with the knight. You could take on e5 or f6 before, but now instant I will capture anyway. Okay, maybe the difference is now my bishop not on f6 here.
Yeah.
Not on the big, yeah. So let's see. Well, you're a long time, but we have 10 seconds increment, so I'm not really like going to win on time this game anyway.
I think you might be, because as soon as the blunders comes, like when I'm down on time, I'm gonna blunder like very much.
Well, I need to put some pressure. So what I'm going to do?
Exactly. No fun in just playing normal chess, right?
Well, I'm playing against you for the first time, so I don't know exactly your level. Huh? So never underestimate your opponent. Huh?
Yeah,
you never know.
Maybe
Maybe there is like a small 10 years old guy who will be like future world champ. Huh?
Exactly. Maybe I am that 10-year-old.
Well, people know your channel. But okay. So what I'm going to do? It's not really like any kind of moves here. Maybe I will play a6 actually, just to protect this pawn.
Yeah, I agree.
I will wait a little bit later.
Because one of my plans was maybe to play bishop to f1.
Because if you take on, if I take on e5, you are kind of solving problems with your pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But now you are suffering with your knight on d2. Don't do anything here. And bishop d4, I have queen c7, it's an e5, like threat. So, a6. Protect the pawn. If you want to take on f6, this is fine for me.
I think I will play bishop to d4.
Well, I told you I will play queen c7. Now I'm threatening e5.
Yeah.
To capture your bishop. So probably you now need to take on f6. Otherwise, I will just take for free. So I will probably take with the bishop because it's close to big diagonal in general. Bishop on diagonals. With knight, okay, maybe with knight also is possible, but knight can go to c5. So I have bishops, and with bishops you want open position.
So
yeah, sometimes
I want to play e4 here.
e4, well, this is I think the blunder already, a pawn. Because he can play knight c5, double attack on b3 on e4. I'm not so sure that you will recover this pawn. You are not prepared for such. And actually it's not logical, because I have like bishop, so I want open position. I can take on e4, knight e4, bishop e4, rook e4, knight c5, double attack as well. So this was a mistake for two reasons, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
So.
So after knight captures.
Well, I told you what I will do.
Yeah, I just want to calculate it myself as well.
You have 1 minute. I will put pressure on you more. Knight d4. Yeah, people asking what I'm doing now. Probably I need to change like a title for the next game so that people will understand what we are doing. I'm not capturing your video because, well, people later can see on YouTube if you send me the link.
Yeah.
Channel. People can check. Maybe right now you need some time like to do it, but people can see the old videos as well. So knight d4, okay. So now my pawn on e4 is attacked. Okay, let's try to keep it. Knight c5. And I won't take bishop d4 and rook d4. Yeah, probably now I'm already winning.
Yeah. Now I wish my queen was on b1 instead of b3. I should have followed up with my initial plan with queen to b1. Alright, queen c2.
Queen c2. Now I think I have options. I think knight d3 is good option now. I think it's winning even more material than just pawn. Maybe I'm wrong. Like,
yeah.
Okay, maybe you can't really publish the link. Maybe you can just send me the link on like a whisper.
Yeah, I will.
And I think I have permission to do it myself. Yeah, bishop d4, and now I'm winning material.
Probably.
So guys, this is the link, yeah? You can check on YouTube. Okay, so, but now I'm just, okay, maybe it's not like winning. If I go bishop b6, you take rook d3, but still like a bit. Right now I'm like extra knight or something. So I can take on f2 or something, probably. I can also play knight e5 because your pawn on c3 actually is totally pinned as well. I'm not so sure. I can take on f2. Everything is good, looking good here in general. Maybe knight f2. I like to open position right now. Well, knight f2. What you will do? Rook d4. Oh, no, I mean, maybe I should be careful. Wait a second. I mean, any move is winnable now.
I think so. I want to
No,
see
95. No, 95. She takes d4. Well,
but
okay.
even just knight e5
Okay.
wins here.
Yeah, 95 maybe. I mean, it's just like look at what's stronger here. Yeah. You actually take c takes d4. Okay. Anyway, maybe it's not extra knight, but there is like lots of extra pawns. Okay. Your king is weak, you don't have material.
That is true.
And maybe your chance if I will play something like queen e5 or something. but I will not do
Yeah,
this.
please play that.
No, I don't want to check your technique. Huh? Well, queen e5, bishop h7, basically. So even when you win, you should be like careful. Okay, I have rook, so I need like somehow to use my rook or something. Maybe enter to d2. So let's enter with rook.
Let's enter.
I need to be careful not to be mated on the 8th rank. Sometimes like g6 prophylactic move can be useful. But so far I have rook on d8 and you don't have rook, so you can basically mate me only somehow with the queen. But it will not happen if I'm careful.
So right now Ruslan is threatening rook to d2, pinning my queen to the king. And I have very little to deal with that. I have bishop to d3. I don't like king to f1 just because rook d2 comes anyways, and he will pick up my b2 pawn as well as threatening a mate on c1 after he picks up that pawn. Another idea could be h4, but then again, I'm just weakening all the pawns around my king. So let's just keep on playing for just a little time and give you the bishop.
What do you mean, give me a bishop? Where you give me the bishop? Queen d5, bishop e4?
Yeah.
Queen a2? I don't know, I'm not really needed response. Well, as I told, maybe g6, just in case. Not to be mated.
Just in case, right?
No, king g7, slowly improving position. Even in such situation, it's always good to improve slightly your position. Like, white don't have many plans.
That is true. That is so true.
Okay, now we can take pawn on c3.
And that's where I'm gonna resign.
Okay.
Good game, man. Alright, so that was the first game. So, do you mind if we go through this game?
Okay, let's check. I updated the name of the stream. Okay, let's go through the game. Can you see it as well? Or I need to share the board? How do you do this?
I could actually go ahead and change it so that we can see it on your stream.
I mean, I see, I can move myself, like, I do it, it's like on the stream. d4, knight f6, but can you see what I'm looking now? I need to invite you. Maybe.
I cannot.
Maybe I should, let me, maybe I should download, like,
But let's just analyze from both perspectives. So after d4, knight f6.
Well, I played solid. Maybe when you really want to take more risks, when you need to win, maybe you play something like c5. I don't know, some more imbalanced position. Wait a second. When I do this, the game is disappearing. Okay, maybe this is a nice sport.
After b5, could I...
So d5 is symmetrical move, and normally it's solid. You play g3. Well, g3 considered like not very popular, but
I'm playing you
like it's a ready defense, but you played maybe d4 too early. Then you're less flexible. If you want to play something like this, maybe I would play knight f3, d5, g3, knight f6. Like here you have more like flexibility. Maybe you don't need to play d4 so early. Maybe you'll play d3, maybe b3. After in this kind of situation, like the structure is already more justified, I would say.
Yeah.
So I played b5. Well, b5 sometimes this is like I don't. It can be possibly like idea. If I just play normal moves like e6, then you will play c4. We will just make transposition to Catala.
Yeah. So b5 prevents c4 and also threatens to play c5 after a while and bringing a rook over to c8 and having some really nice pressure on my queen side, pretty much.
Well, you should be careful with such moves like b5 because I'm weaker in my pawns as well.
Yeah.
But so far I can't really see. Because you play g3, so you will probably not play something like e3 here to attack my pawn on b5. Because probably after g3 you already like tell like, hey, I will go to g2.
Yeah.
But if it pawn was on g2, so maybe then I will not play b5. And yeah, square c5 sometimes can be dangerous. Knight goes d2, b3, c5. So with such moves you should be careful. But so far I really didn't really see how you will use. Maybe a4, then I will play b4. So you play c3. And I played e6, like I was thinking like if you will play a4, that I will play b4. Not to let you open your rook a1.
Yeah, yeah.
This
Exactly.
is my was idea. And I developed my bishop. Another option was instead of b5 was like solving problems with bishop c8, like to develop first like bishop f5 and e6. Maybe bishop is not like really close with own pawns, but okay, it's also possible. But yeah, and right now I want to play on this flank. So I play c3, e6, bishop g2, knight bd7, and queen c2 I don't like move at all. I think queen c2. You wanted to play e4 in someone, but actually I have already knight, pawn d5, and I can use bishop.
Yeah.
I think e4 square I control so well. Also, okay, you open bishop g2 with e4, but I also will open my own bishop.
Exactly. Exactly.
So kind of not so sure.
So
and okay, the best way to check the plans how to do what to play here, it's like basically maybe to check games of good players, of good grandmasters to have more ideas.
Yeah.
I don't have so many games in this line variation, so I'm not really big.
But maybe just castling bring my bishop out to g5 immediately.
Yeah, I mean castle was like normal move, like bishop g5, maybe knight bd2.
Yeah.
Maybe someone would try to play a4 anyway. Like so far, black is kind of need to finish development.
Yeah. And also, queen c2 also runs into, like, you want to play c5 anyways. So why am I putting my queen on a target on the c5?
Yeah, later in the game you played with queen c2, queen b3. So far, normally, basic rules like you develop knights, you make save your king, and you try to fight for the center. Queen c2
yeah.
will be too early, in my opinion. So I played c5.
And then
now, well, I was listening what you do. Well, now, because I also want to put like all pawns together.
Yeah.
So they are more or less like. Maybe c5 I was wondering, only worried if you play a4 in some of like b4 and take you on b4. Because if I take on b4, I didn't really like this structure so much. Maybe you have knight d2, knight b3 square. But okay, I also develop bishop a6 and also rook c8, winning some tempo.
Exactly. So after bishop e7, I play knight b to d2.
Yeah. Bishop b7, castle. Well, this was normal game. I think because you don't have so much space here. And you wanted to play e4 at any cost, which I think is kind of complicated.
It is. It was very complicated. That's why I couldn't actually get it through any time. And you know, as soon as I played it, you just had the amazing knight to c5, forking my rook and the queen after. I miscalculated that. I thought that knight c5 was just, yeah, it didn't work properly. But after captures on e4, we can go through that when we come to
I
it.
mean, in this position, it's like what plans you can do. Personally, maybe I would play something like e3, and if h6 taken on f6, bishop f6, and maybe try to keep this position like solid, closed.
Yeah,
I mean, white is not better, but you have knights, and black will try to open position because they have bishops.
exactly.
And
So,
it's not
so
so easy.
e3 after castles for black would be
Yeah, right.
a
But this is
solid
like
idea.
kind of like you are not really fighting for the advantage or something.
No, that is so true.
So, like, it looks like you make natural moves, like developing pieces, but it's also important to fight for the central squares
Exactly.
as well, for some space advantage. So I tricked you with my b5, c5. You don't really like try to attack my weaknesses, and then yeah, you had comfort. And here, yeah, d takes c5 again. Like this structure
Yeah.
is kind of comfortable.
As soon as I give away my d4 pawn, I think everything collapses.
Yeah, Mustis in the chat suggests to play something like rook c1 and queen b1. Yeah, it also makes sense. Like
Yeah.
at least like rooks are more or less connected, queen not like distracting. But again, like white is solid, but black have slightly space. But so far there is still like the game.
I was already low on time, I think.
Yeah, it's also complicated, like recording video and talking. So here again, probably I want to take on d4 to have better pawn structure, but instead you took on c5 yourself.
Yeah.
Also, maybe again I would play something like e3. I like it more. Maybe
Yeah.
if I take on d4, you take with e4 pawn. Well, I have b4, but it's like Carlsbad structure. You have some kind of ideas. I would probably prefer e3 still. That's what you did. You give me so much space.
I want to make you feel comfortable, you know?
Well, in chess, you don't need to make your opponent comfortable. It's like the contrary.
So you played h6, forcing my bishop to f4 or capturing on f6. And I think in that position, if I take on f6 immediately and grant you the possibility of having your bishop on f6, I think that just brings in b4 immediately.
Well, it's also true. Yeah, well, I mean, it's already kind of unpleasant. You can play something like a3, but I have a5 and then before. It's already unpleasant position.
Yeah. I didn't like your bishop getting to f6, so that's why I
But
brought my
bishop
back to
f4 doesn't look really like solving the problems either.
No, but I thought that if I could get
But
my
okay, yeah,
bishop
maybe.
to d4, I would be very happy, at least.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you
here probably
found this
queen
nice move,
b3. Wait.
knight c to d7. I like that very much.
Yeah, Plukrox from the chat suggested this move. And to play. I was considered also to play someone asked also to play what about b4. This is active move, but I was not really sure if you play something like c4, for example, here, what my next move going to be, because I don't want really to activate your pieces,
Yeah.
and then I don't really see. Maybe now I could play knight cd7, but you have like maybe b3, so this will be protected. I thought anyway after knight cd7 I still like keep options.
Yeah.
So for
I agree.
b4 or something as well.
So then
Well, sometimes it's not easy to make moves back. I understand, like psychologically. As well.
So I played queen to b3 after h6 and bishop f4, knight c to d7, and queen b3. I think queen b1 is safer.
Yeah, queen b1 for sure.
And I was that was my initial plan. As you may remember, I
Also-
said I want my queen on b1, but
Also control for just in case extra
Yeah.
control for e4 squares.
Exactly. But I totally just
Yeah, this
went
was
on
good
with
move.
something else.
Maybe now I have something like b4 because you don't have c4 because you can take the pawn.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm still have pressure. If you take, I take maybe with the bishop or something.
And you have bishop d5 even if I play c4.
What? Sorry, what I have if I play c4?
So after queen
Bishop.
b3 and b4, if I play
Ah,
c4 myself, you can take, and after knight takes, bishop to
ah.
d5.
No. I was talking about queen b1, b4, but
Yeah.
yeah, queen b1 was, I think, better. It's maybe I would play anyway rook d8 as well. Like sometimes you keep like tension, like white need to solve problems themselves.
That's a good
And
idea.
that's what happened. Like you made mistakes.
That's a
You wanted to
grandmaster tips
solve
for
problem.
everyone. Just keep the tension as long as you can.
Yeah, like just because if I just make like imagine I play something like move like g5, then you don't have any kind of options. What you will answer? You will play just bishop e5,
Yeah.
and it's kind of easy for you to find. But after rook d8, like you have so many options, like, but also good options and bad options as well. So this is maybe sometimes like how people play chess as well nowadays, like giving options like to lose, to make mistakes for your opponent. Because if everyone plays perfectly, then it's going to be a draw as well.
That's true. Probably at least.
Well, sometimes you need to play forced chess as well.
It depends on the position, but here it is kind of closed, and you have all the initiative, almost. All
You
the
would
initiative.
like to exchange as many pieces as possible here.
Yeah,
With
for
knight on
sure.
d2, don't do it. That's why also queen b3 was not nice. Like now you even don't have b3 square for your knight.
Yeah,
Because queen b1, knight b3 was.
because this knight on d2 is actually really just a bad piece. Where does it go from this point on? It doesn't
Well,
have
I
any
thought you
squares.
had some ideas maybe attacking me on b5, but so far. After bishop e5, I had a6. Yeah, I didn't, for example, if I take on e5, you take on e5, then suddenly you have some squares for the bit. You can go knight f3, d2 on f3, maybe on d4, some square. And it's not so easy. But yeah, a6 I really like this one. What I did. Like keeping more options again.
Yeah, so
And
a6 and bishop d4.
maybe you should also make something like a3 here. I don't know.
Maybe, that I should play a3 here.
Yeah, why not? Like to have a2 square for the queen.
Yeah,
It was
that's
not like
a
a
good
really
option,
useful move.
actually.
Something like I need to find out what I'm going to do here. Maybe in the end I will play something like knight g4, bishop d4, queen c7. Anyway, h3,
Yeah.
knight f6. We will have similar position. And maybe anyway you will take on f6 instead. But I need to figure out.
So queen c7, that is kind of forcing my bishop off the board and giving you a really nice position for your bishop there on f6.
Yeah, now e5 is threat.
Yeah. So
Bishop f6.
e4 here was a terrible mistake, guys. I'm gonna show you the line. So d captures e4, and if knight captures, bishop captures, rook captures, then knight to c5. And even though I have this check, I can take on d8 with a check, but after rook captures rook, he's still threatening both my queen and my rook with his knight on c5. So that was what I miscalculated after this e4 pawn push. I didn't see
One
that.
second. h3 and in some moment there was options. Let me see. Instead of h3, move 16 instead of bishop a5. Yeah, h3 also makes some sense, like to play g4, bishop a4. Yeah, that's right. It was. I also thought, okay, h3 g4. You dedicate some kind of time, maybe open a little bit your king as well. Yeah, h3 was also options to solve problem with the bishop f4 somehow. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do here after h3. I mean, if I want to capture, I always can go knight h5, but don't really feel like this.
Yeah, but knight h5 is almost unnecessary because you're leaving my bishop without any squares here, anyways.
Maybe I can play something like, I'm not so sure, knight e4, after h3, knight e4, because you can't really take on e4 because d takes e4, knight e5, knight c5, and then I have moves like g5. And maybe I'm winning this bishop finally. Maybe that's why, well, you can play g4 anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
And I will probably maybe do something like knight c5, queen c2, and maybe b4. Try to do something like this. Maybe this will be weaknesses. But yeah, it was an option. It was not stupid. It was interesting. But just anyway, in this position, white was kind of forced like to be defensive. Okay, sorry. Let's go to so e4. Yeah, was tactical blunder. Also, in my opinion, you don't need to help me to open my bishops. You want to open your own bishop g2? Well, maybe if you manage. And if your queen was again on b1, then maybe e4 will work.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's why sometimes it's good to make plans ahead, no? To think where it will be.
Yeah.
Place it.
No, so my queen b3 move caused a lot of problems for me.
Yeah, you have problems with queen and bishop g5. That you didn't know what exactly. Well, knight d2 was kind of also passive, but okay. So, do you want to play the next game where I'm going to be with white?
Yeah, do you have time for another 15 plus 10?
Okay, why not? We can do.
Alright, then we're gonna play another game in another video, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as follow me on Twitch. Alright, thank you Ruslan for this first game. People will look forward to the next game, I am sure, and we will continue playing. Alright, see you guys.